I thought we'd start the program off today talking about one of the most underappreciated aspects of a healthy body, the dark fluid called bile, which functions as a biological detergent. It cleans out toxicity from food and prescription drugs. It helps us digest our meals. It helps us absorb vitamins and other nutrients. Bile's made in the liver. It gets pumped out into the digestive tract after we eat, and then it gets recycled and restored in the gallbladder. Over time, as the bile cycles through the body, it can get dirty. The bile is a kind of cleanser, and like any cleanser, it can get dirty as it does its cleansing work, and ultimately crystals can form, and then stones can form as the bile passes through the tiny little ducts of the gallbladder, and that's where you get your gallstones. And if you've ever had a gallstone, you know it is one of the most unpleasant physical experiences a human being can endure. And if you've had a gallstone, you have experienced the results of dirty bile. That's what a gallstone is. It's a result of dirty bile. Cramping, aching, nausea, pain. These are all markers of a clogged gallbladder duct. And the main way it's treated is by removal of the entire structure. Now, keeping in mind the gallbladder is a storage bag for bile, when you think about it, taking this entire bag out, taking this entire bag o' bile out is not a good idea once you understand that bile is one of the most important fluids in the body. And there's no way you are not going to have a lifetime of health issues related to a removal of a gallbladder. Skin problems, digestive issues, nutritional deficiencies, these are all connected to gallbladder removal. Also, hormone problems are likely if you've had, especially female hormone problems, if you've had a gallbladder removed. And because bile is part of the body's cleansing system, detox system, you're likely to have general toxicity issues and accelerated aging, all from having this gallbladder removed. So if you have gallstones, it's not a reason to remove the entire structure unless you have an emergency, and then, of course, you need to do what you have to do. The trick is to keep your bile clean. And one of the most important ways to keep your bile clean is to focus on digestive health. Also, nutritional supplementation can be important. One of the most important building blocks or components of bile is sulfur, which is highly electrical stuff and highly magnetic stuff. It makes things happen. Sulfur is an electrical mineral, and it's the sulfur in the bile that dissolves the fat and magnetically attracts toxins, and it's the sulfur that makes bile, or one of the reasons anyway, makes bile so important. Sulfur is a detoxifying mineral. If you don't have a gallbladder, you got to be really, really careful with toxicity because you lost your main reservoir of bile. And if you don't have a gallbladder, you'd be wise to make sure you're using your ultimate enzymes, which contain bile salts, and your Beyond Tangy Tangerine, which contains sulfur, especially a very interesting kind of sulfur called MSM. Sulfur is a purifying substance. It's electrical, it's magnetic, it attracts toxins and viruses and microbes and drugs and hormones. And sulfur is also one of the most important supplements you could take for protection from radiation. Sulfur is also very important for the skin. It's been highly prized in skincare since the days of the ancient Egyptians, and today many topical acne products and antifungal products take advantage of sulfur. Your insulin chemistry depends on sulfur. Diabetics need sulfur. Sulfur is important for the bones. You want sulfur? Take your Beyond Tangy Tangerine. You get 100 milligrams of MSM per dose of your BTT, Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Fucoid Z is another good source of sulfur. Fucoid Z, seaweed in general is a good source of sulfur. Fucoid Z is one of the most multifunctional nutritional supplements you'll ever use. If you want food sources of sulfur, beans are a good source, as long as you don't have allergies or intolerances from beans. Onions and garlic are good sources of sulfur, and of course cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, bok choy, cauliflower, kale, Brussels sprouts. These are all tasty ways to get yourself some dietary sulfur. If you're not a vegan, dairy and eggs are also good sources of sulfur. If you're a vegan, eat seaweed and use your Fucoid Z. Not only we get sulfur, but you also get iodine, you also get other minerals too. Seaweed's just amazing, amazing stuff. If you're a vegetarian or a vegan, you would be very smart to be munching and crunching on seaweed all day long. The sulfur content of seaweed is one of the main reasons why seaweed is a detox element, or detox food. And of course your Fucoid Z and your Z radical are going to contain these sulfur compounds, and they're in the seaweed. Sulfur from veggies is not going to be as reliable as sulfur that you get from MSM. It's because you got to have a intact digestive system. Your digestive system has to be running on all cylinders in order for you to absorb sulfur. I like the MSM in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. MSM is important for diabetics. As I say, sulfur is very important for insulin. MSM is important for bone health. MSM is important for collagen formation if you're trying to keep wrinkles at bay. And of course, MSM sulfur is also important for making bile. There's also a very important and interesting relationship between cholesterol and sulfur. It turns out that sulfur activates cholesterol, helping the cholesterol travel through the blood much more effectively. Sulfated cholesterol, or cholesterol sulfate as they say, kills bacteria, has antibacterial properties. The combination of cholesterol with sulfur acts in an antibacterial fashion, and cholesterol sulfate is also important for your skin, for healing the skin and for helping build your skin barrier. And this is a benefit that's not provided by unsulfated cholesterol. It's the sulfur plus the cholesterol that does the work. Sunshine actually helps turn cholesterol into cholesterol sulfate, and this is one of the reasons why, among a lot of reasons, why you want to make sure you're getting yourself out in the sun. Sulfur, in addition to being magnetically attractive to attract microbes and toxins, also has an ability to create hardness. That's why bones have sulfur in them, and also collagen is made tough and resilient via an element of sulfur. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program. If you've got questions about the longevity products, health, nutrition, prescription drugs, you want to get off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, we can help you. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number. 888-379-2552 toll free. We'll take a break and come back with more good health information on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program on the ZBS Radio Network.
The antioxidants found in many fruits and vegetables are known to help support and promote good health. Research has also shown that dark chocolate, once known as the food of the gods, is rich in healthy nutrients. In fact, dark chocolate is higher in antioxidant content than any other food. Longevity has combined a proprietary blend of velvety rich dark chocolate with whole fruit pulp and whole fruit juice extracts from mangosteen, goji or wolfberry, acai berry, and cherry, along with vitamins and minerals, producing a smooth, rich, delectable concentrate called Cocogevity. It tastes so great, I sometimes drink it right out of the bottle or pour it over ice cream. Cocogevity is highly bioavailable, meaning your body will absorb and make use of all of these healthy nutrients. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local longevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Virtually every sector of the economy has slowed to a snail's pace. Huge publicly traded companies are laying off thousands of employees. Believe it or not, even the government is letting people go. However, one business industry is thriving, and that's healthcare. Pharmaceutical and health insurance companies are posting record profits in a near-depression economy. Americans are sicker than ever, and those companies are profiting like never before. You too can get involved in healthcare for just a one-time sign-up fee. Longevity is building an army of associates dedicated to saving America. Dr. Joel Wallach has educated thousands of people on the concept of do-it-yourself healthcare. With a little education, much of what is done in a doctor's office can be done simply and safely at home. Join Longevity and help save America. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Longevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
When you perspire, working or playing, your body is losing more than just water. That's why it tastes salty. But what you're sweating out is more than just salt and potassium, as some sports drinks will have you believe. One of the most well-known sports drinks only has 2 nutrients, and it's loaded with sugar. Some have a mineral or two with a couple of vitamins. Longevity's exceptional sports drink, Rebound FX, is chock full of cancer-fighting antioxidants, a full spectrum of vitamins, plant-derived minerals, and herbs. Rebound FX is a highly absorbable liquid supplement that gives you quick, sustained energy. Rebound FX supports cardiovascular health, immune health, and boosts stamina and energy. Don't short yourself during and after your workout with just a couple of nutrients. Drink Longevity's Rebound FX for optimal health. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Longevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Through his research as a veterinarian, Dr. Joel Wallach discovered that most health problems afflicting livestock can be prevented and even reversed. Many of these same health challenges also occur in humans. These too can be prevented and reversed. Doc's original formula, called the pig arthritis formula, alleviated all arthritis symptoms in animals. The same basic formula has been developed for humans, called the Pig Pack, which includes plant-derived minerals, a multiple vitamin complex, glucogel, and EFAs. Add to that Longevity's OsteoFX Plus, a proprietary blend of liquid calcium, magnesium, and glucosamine. Now you have the Pig Pack Plus to make up the 90 essential nutrients Dr. Wallach has identified as necessary for sustained good health and longevity. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local longevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and longevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try longevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
What is up, Doug?
Well, I thought we'd talk a bit about Saffron today, as I have a story for Fox News. Headline: Saffron supplements can prevent muscle weakness and pain after strenuous workout. Say daily supplements were more effective at preventing muscle weakness and pain after strenuous exercise than anti-inflammatory drugs, according to a study that was published in the Clinical Journal of Sports Medicine. I say unexpectedly, Saffron both prevented muscle pain and increased muscle strength. The research showed popular spice produced from the flower of the Crocus sativus. As a previous studies suggest, saffron contains beneficial compounds called carotenoids associated with cancer and heart disease prevention. They say two saffron carotenoids, crocin and quercetin, may have anti-inflammatory and pain-relieving properties. This was a small study from Iran, and it looked at 39 men who didn't participate in regular vigorous exercise and were about 18 years old. 12 took daily capsules of 300 milligrams of powdered saffron 1 week and 3 days before the strenuous exercise session. 12 men took NSAIDs, or non-steroidal and anti-inflammatory drugs, and 15 controls got a placebo. They say the exercise session consisted of 4 sets of 20 repetitions of leg press on a leg press machine. The weight load was set at 80% of the subject's maximum muscle capacity. Only the right leg was used. The Saffron group was pain-free for 3 days after the session. The NSAID group experienced minor pain at 24 hours after the exercise, and it disappeared after 72 hours. The control group reported severe muscle pain for 3 days and peaked at 48 hours. Thigh circumference indicator of muscle swelling, unchanged in the Saffron and NSAID groups, but increased significantly in the controls after 24 hours. Muscle strength indicator of soreness decreased by 20% in the controls, but increased by 64% in the Saffron group. The non-significant changes in the NSAID group, they say enzymes associated with muscle inflammation increased only in the control group. Saffron is key ingredient in natural supplements for macular degeneration and cataracts. It is recently approved by Canada. So there you go.
Pigments. Love those pigments. What longevity product would you use? Let's see, give you a little test here.
I don't know which one has saffron in it.
No, it doesn't have saffron, but it's carotenoids. I don't think any longevity products have saffron, but carotenoids you'll find in, I don't want to say my favorite longevity product, but it's right on near the top of the list, the Fucoid Z. That is such an amazing multifunctional product. And one of the reasons is algae are loaded with carotenoids. And as you indicated, not only are carotenoids important for anti-inflammatory purposes, but they're also very important for eye health. Last program, I think we talked about macular degeneration. If you're dealing with macular degeneration, using your Fucoid Z is a great way to get the carotenoids for helping build up the eye tissue and build up the tissue in the macula. Pigments are the bomb, man. Colors, they're not just for prettiness. They're not just to make your flowers and your plants look pretty. Carotenoids and flavonoids and the various colors that we get in fruits and vegetables are super duper healthy, and they're super duper healthy especially for eye health and as anti-inflammatories too, help fight cancer. You know, one of the problems though with these carotenoids and phytonutrients, plant nutrients as they say, they're fatty, and if you had a gallbladder taken out, it's going to be much harder for you to be able to extract these things out of your fruits and veggies, as important as fruits and veggies are, or the peels of fruits anyway, and vegetables, as important as they are, because of the phytonutrients like the carotenoids and such and the pigments. If you had a gallbladder taken out, if you're one of the 100 million Americans with fatty liver disease, or if you have intestinal problems, or for whatever reason you're not digesting your foods, you're not absorbing your fats and processing your fats correctly, you're going to be deficient in these carotenoids, and that means you're going to be at higher risk for inflammatory pain, you're going to be at higher risk for eye health issues, you're going to be at higher risk for just feeling lousy, for accelerated aging, for hyperpigmentation of the skin, dark spots forming on the skin, for wrinkles and photo damage, which means that when you're eating your fruits and vegetables, when you're eating your salads, it's extra, extra, extra important if you've had a gallbladder taken out or you have any compromise with fat absorption, any compromised fat absorption, that you use your ultimate enzymes with your salads or before you eat your salads. Make sure you have some enzymes around so you can extract those carotenoids. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. Got a couple lines open for you at 831-685-1080 or 888-379-2552. 831-685-1080 or 888-379-2552. We'll take a break and come back right after this. Don't go away. So, Doug, you ever hear of brain psychiatry?
No.
It is the latest aspect of, or it's called brain food diet, brain psychiatry. There's this organization called the International Society for Nutritional Psychiatry, and they're developing something called a brain food diet. According to Dr. Drew Ramsey, assistant clinical professor of psychiatry, Columbia University, food is a very effective and underutilized intervention in mental health. Now, what I think of when I see this is, if food is great for, it can have healing powers for the brain, do you think food might have a negative effect on the brain too if you eat the wrong kinds of foods? How many people in jail, how many people in prison, how many violent people, how many people who have emotional disorders, mental disorders, depression, how much of that can be related to the foods that we're eating?
Well, it brings to mind the Twinkie defense. Do you recall that one?
I do. Why don't you tell the listeners about that? That was kind of cool.
That was when the guy shot the, I think it was the mayor and
Moscone.
Moscone and then another city council person. And then his defense was he was all hopped up on, because he'd eaten like 15 Twinkies or something, and he was all hopped up on sugar. And you know what I find interesting about that? You know, why people still aren't making that connection. That sugar can make kids hyperactive.
Right.
Is it kind of shocks me, because when I was a kid, my mother was very adamant about controlling how much sugar intake that we got as kids. In fact, when we would go to the circus or to the rodeo or a fair or something, I always wanted to get some cotton candy, and my mom would always have the same response: no, I'm not going to have two kids bouncing off the ceiling of the car on the drive home. And even her, she didn't even have a college education. She just had a high school education, but she knew that sugar and kids are a bad mix.
There was like a common sense element there.
Exactly. And it just shocks me now when people have trouble with their kids, and then if it's someone that you know and you're close enough to them to be able to watch the child's diet, and 9 times out of 10 when you have a hyperactive kid that's going crazy all over the place, he's drinking sugary fruit juice and having sugary snacks and just loading up on sugar.
Right. And so that's one of the reasons why, the main nutrients for ADHD, for attention deficit disorder, and for hyperactivity, the main nutrients are sugar metabolizing nutrients. All the nutrients that you get that help you with your attention deficit disorder, if you're an adult or if you're a kid, there's adult ADHD too. If you're an adult or your kid with ADHD, all the nutrients that are important for helping stabilize the brain and keep you calm, they're all sugar metabolizing nutrients, namely vitamin B1, vitamin B3, your entire B complex for that matter. That's niacin and thiamine by name. And then zinc, and then the omega fatty acids. Those are your main nutrients, and magnesium. Those are your main nutrients for helping protect against ADHD or calm things down for kids or for adults, improve focus, and they're all sugar metabolizing nutrients. So it makes perfect sense. Sugar hypes things up. Sugar, I hate to be that guy who beats up on sugar. It's so easy to beat up on sugar. But the fact of the matter is that we're up to now 80 pounds a year of sugar per person in this country. And this is a very recent phenomenon. There wasn't a lot of sugar a couple hundred years ago. In fact, 500 or 600 years ago, sugar was a serious luxury. The human body just isn't capable of handling all that sugar. What's the problem with sugar? It's explosive stuff. Do you ever put a marshmallow in fire? What happens when you put a marshmallow in fire, Doug? It goes poof.
Or if you take sugar and sprinkle it over a fire, it does the same thing.
Exactly. Sugar's explosive. It's high energy. Do you need it? A tiny little bit. Yes. You don't want to go hypoglycemic. That could be a problem. But a tiny little bit. Any given moment, you got about, if you're healthy anyway, a teaspoon of sugar in your blood. If you drink a Coke, you got 12 teaspoons of sugar pouring into your blood through your digestive system. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. We're coming back with your phone calls, 831-685-1080 or 888-379-2552, toll free. We'll be back right after this. Without further ado, let's take our first phone call of the day, Doug.
All right, let's head to my old stomping grounds, Kansas City, Missouri. And Penny, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hey, Penny. Where are you, Penny? Did you say Missouri?
Yes, I'm from Kansas City, Missouri.
Kansas City, Missouri. What's going on today? How can we help you?
Well, I have coronary artery disease.
Okay.
I have diabetes 2.
Okay.
I have problems with my knee. The cartilage is gone.
Oh, my goodness. Can I ask you how old you are, ma'am? How old are you, sweetheart? How old are you?
I'm 82.
82. Well, you sound cute as a button, I got to tell you. So let's help you out right away, okay? We're not going to work with every individual issue that you have. We're going to let the body work with that. But what we're going to do is we're going to get you feeling better. And I'm going to guarantee you that if you do what I'm telling you, you're going to start to feel a lot better. The body will start to resolve all those issues, but we're going to get you feeling better. You need to start get yourself on the Healthy Star Pack right away and start sipping on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. The sooner you do it, the sooner you're going to start to feel better. And once you start sipping on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, I can tell by your voice, I can tell by all the stuff that's going on, that you haven't had nutrition, you haven't had enough nutrition for a long time. And one of the great gifts of the human body is the more nutritionally deficient we are, the faster our body absorbs nutrients once we get them in the system. It's like a dry sponge sucks up more water than a wet sponge. Well, you got a dry sponge. Your body's a dry sponge in terms of its nutrition, and it's going to suck up nutrients just like a dry sponge sucks up water. And it's going to happen pretty quickly. So get yourself on the Healthy Start Pack, and you want to do it right away. And then start sipping. It's very important that you sip on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, and you want to break yourself into it slowly because it sounds like you're pretty malnourished at this point. So you don't want to be overloading your body with too much of that Beyond Tangy Tangerine. It has so much nutrition in it, your body's not going to be able to handle it, all that nutrition right away. So you want to break yourself into it slowly. Get on the Healthy Start Pack. And then sip on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Take 6 of the Ultimate EFAs a day, 3 in the morning and 3 at night, and 2 of the Osteo FX. Now, another thing that you might want to do that'll help you out is get on the Biolumin Nightly Essence and start to work with your digestive health. The Biolumin Nightly Essence, and we'll just call it Nightly Essence. It's easier for people to remember, easier for you to remember probably. Nightly Essence is probiotics. It's good bacteria that can help repopulate the bacteria that should have been in your gut and probably aren't. You know, a lot of folks don't realize this, but there's a very important relationship between bacteria in the gut and bile, which we talked about earlier, and heart disease. Probiotics, good bacteria, bile, and sufficient bile are very important for protecting the heart and the circulatory system. Chances are that you haven't had a sufficient amount of bacteria or the right types of bacteria in the gut for a long period of time. So using the Biolumin Nightly Essence or the Nightly Essence can help with that. If you want to do one more thing, get on the Z Radical or Fucoid Z. Fucoid Z, maybe 2 capsules in the morning, 2 capsules at night. And the Z Radical you can sip on slowly. Another thing you might want to try is weaning yourself off of bread and rice and oatmeal and cereal and bagels and all the foods that we love so much, because those foods break down into sugar, and that's going to mess up your heart. That's going to mess up your diabetes, and it's also going to make it much more difficult for you to heal. That's another very important facet about sugar is it's pro-inflammatory, and under conditions of inflammation, the body doesn't heal as effectively, especially if it's chronic inflammation. All right, thanks so much for your call. Appreciate it. Hope we helped you out, and let's see if we get one more in before our break.
Well, let's head to Missouri, and Peter, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hey, Peter.
Hello.
Hey, Peter. You near Warren County by any chance? You know where Warren County, Missouri is? Peter?
I've heard of it. I'm not familiar with it. I'm in
Pete-
Butler County. We're down the southeast corner.
All right, Peter, we're going to take a break. Peter, we're going to take a break, but I need you to talk, either fix your phone or take us off speaker or something, because I have a hard time hearing you, and if I can't hear you, our listeners can't either. So we'll take a break, fix your phone, and we'll come back to Peter in Missouri when we return from our commercial break. 831-685-1080 or 888-379-2552. Toll free is your number. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Along. Peter in Missouri, are you there?
I am.
All right, hear you a little bit
Taking
better.
my call.
Sure. What's going on? How can we help you?
My daughter has got breast cancer. She's got a tumor in her
I'm
left
sorry.
breast.
Okay.
Monday they're going to operate on her. I'm very upset with.
Okay.
I've been through this process. I mean, I've listened to her. She's had several doctor appointments, and I've tried to talk to her. She doesn't really listen. But I just talked to her this morning and asked her how she's doing, and she said she's very run down.
Well, yeah.
And said they tested her iron, and her iron number was just about. They said it was in the dirt. It was just very low.
Yeah, she's in a battle for, the body's in a battle for its life at this point. I mean, when you have cancer like that, if you have a tumor, I assume that they're going to do a mastectomy, or is it a lumpectomy? Do you know? What kind of surgery?
Take both breasts.
They're going to take both breasts. Okay. All right.
They're not going to take them completely off. They're going to leave the skin, and then they're going to put inserts.
How old is your daughter?
In. She's 30.
Oh my gosh.
38.
Oh, that's tragic.
And it's just breaking my heart. But it's just a testimony of what these pharmaceuticals will do. They suggested that you take a one-a-day vitamin. They didn't, in all their wonderful drugs and all this, they don't have a thing that, and not concerned at all that her mineral levels or anything are low.
All of it. Here's the thing.
All they want to do is just operate.
Okay, well, here's the thing, though. If she's going to have an operation, she's going to have an operation, and that's just how it is. You and I can't do anything about it. But what we can do is we can help her improve her health from now forward. We can improve her prognosis for the surgery, and we can minimize the risks of the cancer returning, and we can just make her feel better. And there's a lot we could do. Like I was talking to, I forgot who I was talking to just a few minutes ago. We said that when the body is nutritionally deficient, it sucks up nutrients fast. So people will notice quick results. So chances are pretty good, and as you've indicated, she's very nutritionally deficient. So the good news is, if you get her on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, she's going to notice results quickly. I mean quickly. Even her doctors are going to be amazed by it. And when I say results, in terms of her feeling better, more energy levels. Now, you're going to get everything you're not going to get everything you need in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, but you're going to get plenty. You also want her on the Ultimate Daily, and you'd be very, very wise to get her on the Fucoid Z or Z-Radical, which is tremendously anti-cancer, as well as the beta-glucan products, which we don't talk about anywhere near enough on this program or on my program. The beta-glucan products are super, super effective for a lot of things. I've been using beta-glucan for skin health, but there's some really interesting anti-cancer protection properties that you get from beta-glucan. If you Google beta-glucan, and that's spelled BETAGLUCAN, and cancer, you're going to get all kinds of stuff. All kinds of positive and studies that show the beneficial results for beta-glucan and cancer. Same with the Fucoid and the Fucoid Z, by the way. So between Fucoid Z, beta-glucan, the Healthy Start Pack, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, you probably want to throw in the Ultimate Selenium. That's also very anti-cancer. And let me tell you one more thing that you don't want to underestimate. There's a very important connection between the lymph system and breast cancer, as I'm sure your daughter knows because I probably told her this. So helping her body move that lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is like the circulatory system, like the blood system, except instead of blood, it circulates poisons and wastes and toxins. And if she's got cancer, she's got a lot of poisons and wastes and toxins floating around. Not only that, if she's been on prescription drugs, she's got a lot of poisons and wastes and toxins floating around. And chances are pretty darn good that her lymph system is clogged up. So getting her on a rebounder is like a mini trampoline, and getting her to jump 2 or 3 minutes a day, even post-surgery. She might not feel like doing it. If she can even do 1 minute post-surgery, that's going to help improve the lymphatic circulation and minimize the likelihood the cancer is going to return. And then don't underestimate deep breathing, slow deep breathing. Cancer hates oxygen, and cancer loves sugar. So keeping her off the sugar, getting on the sweeties, having her practicing her deep breathing techniques, making sure she's oxygenating is super important. And not only does cancer hate oxygen, and not only is deep breathing going to get her oxygenated, but she'll be blowing off toxicity in her exhale. The exhalation process is where you blow off poisons, and the deep breathing will help improve her lymphatic circulation because the lymph depends on the muscle movement of the lungs, at least partially depends on the muscle movement of the lungs for its circulation. So God bless you. I hope everything works out. That's definitely a tragic situation. She's so young, but there's a lot she can do to feel better and speed up her healing process, and that's what she should be focusing on at this point. Thanks for your call, Peter in Missouri. Appreciate it. And let's try to get one more call in before I break. Doug.
Okay, let's head to London, England. And Michelle, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
London, across the pond. What's going on in London?
Hello.
Hello. How are you? In London? Is this the Queen? Is this the Queen, Her Majesty? What? You sound like Her Majesty, the Queen. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm teasing you.
No, not at all. You have an even nicer accent than I do.
I have an accent. Wait a minute. You have an accent. What are you talking about?
Thank you so much for taking my call.
Yes.
It's just a couple of questions about my father and I.
Okay.
Starting with myself first. 4 or 5 years ago, I was given an anti-inflammatory in Switzerland called Celebrex. Celecoxib is the other name for it. And 2 months later, I lost all my hair. I had really, really thick, long hair, and now I've pretty much just got one layer of hair left. And I think that there's been lots of case studies done on it, which shows that female users of this anti-inflammatory end up with really severe alopecia.
Yeah,
and their hair
that's true.
doesn't really recover. So I've ended up losing my hair, but I've also ended up with my skin darkening, and I've got hyperpigmentation marks all over my arms and my chest and my stomach, and
Okay.
it's kind of my
Now,
legs.
what's your health? Hang on a second, ma'am. Let me just ask you this. What is your major health challenge? Not the drugs, but what's happening in your body?
It's the hair loss, I would say. and
There's
it's
other
just
things.
been-
There's other things. It's not just the hair loss. Why were you taking the Celebrex?
The reason why I took it is because I had cluster migraines,
Okay.
which were kind of causing pain behind my left eye.
Okay.
So the doctor said, "Oh, just take this anti-inflammatory for the pain." But it put me into it. I had a really bad reaction to it.
Do you still have the
which I
migraines?
got over after a week or so, but then 2 months later, my hair just started shedding and it never stopped. But I've got really, really severe pain on my scalp, and it hurts.
Okay. You got
so
some. Well, hang on, ma'am. I want to help you out here, but we're going to run out of time. So I got enough information from you to help you out, and then we'll talk about your friend or your dad or whoever, the other person you said. First of all, the migraines are a result of two things. These are the two major causes of migraines. Do you still have the migraines, by the way?
No, that's not the issue.
No, ma'am. I'm trying to figure out what's going on in your body. Do you still get the migraines?
On and off.
Okay. So here's the two major. These are very important pieces of information. This is how you put together a picture of what's happening inside your body. You start to collect different points, different sample points, data points, pieces of information about what's happening in your body. You get a picture of what's going on in the body. The migraine headaches tell me two things. Number one, they tell me that you either have a food allergy or food intolerance. And number two, they tell me you might have an estrogen problem. And this makes a lot of sense because there's a very important relationship between estrogen and hair loss. And I'm not saying that the estrogen's doing it, but it may have made it more likely that the Celebrex would cause hair loss. Celebrex does cause hair loss in some people, not a lot, but it does. It's definitely one of the things that can happen. But if you had a digestive issue or an estrogen issue, which is female hormone issue, that would make it more likely that you're going to deal with hair problems or hair loss problems. Estrogen is also very inflammatory. So let me ask you this: how old are you, ma'am?
38.
38?
Yes.
Oh, you're a kid. All right, so this should not be happening to you. Do you have a history of digestive issues?
Yes, I do. I think I have IBS.
Okay, now we're talking. Now we're talking, my dear. This is where your problem is. The hair loss may have been triggered by the Celebrex, but it was waiting to happen. You have IBS. That number one means you're going to be malnourished. IBS is irritable bowel syndrome. You end up with diarrhea and cramping. You don't absorb your nutrients, especially your fatty nutrients. It also tells me you probably have a problem with gut bacteria, and gut bacteria process your female hormones. So all of this is to say you got to work on your digestive system. I'm going to give you some strategies when we come back from our break. Okay, don't go away. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program on the ZBS Radio Network. We'll be back right after this break. All right, we are back across the pond, talking to London, England. London calling. What's up, London? Are you there, ma'am?
Thank you. Hi.
Okay, here's what you need to do, because you got a lot of stuff going on, but we need to get to the root. You see, what you're talking about, all the signs, the hair loss and the IBS, and probably a lot of other things going on in your system. Menstrual cycle's got to be messed up too, by the way. I'm not psychic. I'm just telling you that follows along. Are you with me here, ma'am?
Okay, yeah. They said I had metabolic syndrome as well.
Yes. You got the whole thing. Those are leaves on the tree, though. We want to get to the root. If you go by all the leaves, you're going to go nuts, and you're not going to get any solutions. You might be able to color your leaves or cut your leaves off, but you still got a diseased tree. So we got to get to the root. The root is in the digestive system, period. Digestive system. Now, it always is, but yours is screaming digestive system. So you want to get on the you can get, I'm assuming you can get the longevity products out there. You want to get on the Biolumin Nightly Essence, 3 capsules in the morning, 3 capsules at night. You want to use your Ultimate Enzymes with all of your meals. It would help you to do some apple cider vinegar with that as well. It's absolutely critical that you get on the Healthy Start Pack as soon as possible, and the Mighty 90 Essential Nutrient. You'll get the Mighty 90 Essential Nutrients. That'll give you everything, but it'll especially give you your EFAs. Your Ultimate EFAs are extremely important for hormone health, and you've got a big problem that way. I would be using the Sweeties as well, and it's very important that you do a food diary and you stay away from foods that cause you digestive distress. Between all of those, you're going to notice results pretty darn quickly. You're going to notice you're feeling better, your digestive health is better, and you may even notice I don't know what the situation is with your hair, but it may very well start to grow back as it used to be. As you said, you had nice long hair. But it sounds like you've got a malabsorption issue. You're not absorbing your nutrients in combination with problems in the digestive system and the blood sugar system. Thanks so much for your call. Appreciate it, and I hope we helped you out. Let's see who's next on the line, Doug.
Let's head to Toronto, Canada, and Larry, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hey, Larry. We're going international on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. I love it. What's up?
We try.
What's going on?
Anyway,
man?
I'm calling about my wife, who is an epileptic.
Okay.
Has been for 57 years. She's about turned 60.
Okay.
My concern is we're trying to get onto the longevity products.
Okay.
But because of the Dilantin, mostly the Dilantin and the phenobarb that she has to take every day.
Which are on every pharmacist's top 10 list of horrible drugs, by the way. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I know Dilantin is a poison.
It's pretty poisonous.
She's contraindicated for vitamin A.
Well, here's the thing.
Like grapefruit and stuff like that.
How can that doesn't even make any sense to me. A vitamin, by definition, listen to me. You sound like a smart guy. Listen up, okay? By definition, a vitamin is a substance without which you are dead, especially vitamin A, by the way, because that's even more than a vitamin. But still, vitamin by definition you have to have or you're dead. So how can you be contraindicated that so you can have your poison or your drugs? That doesn't make sense. Ask your doctor that. Tell him to read the definition of vitamin in any medical or biochemical book and say, how can that be contraindicated? Now, he'll say, no, it's not contraindicated. We just don't want you taking a lot of it. That's a little bit different. But the idea that you don't take your vitamins because you have to take your drugs is so backwards and primitive. And when we look back on it 100 years from now, they're going to think we were barbarians. The way we look at people in the Middle Ages. So I don't know what to tell you, my friend. You need vitamin A. The brain needs vitamin A. The immune system needs vitamin A. It's anti-inflammatory. It's ridiculously important. You know, I call it vitamin anabolic because it's your building vitamin. So anyway, you want some help with the seizures? You want some ideas for the seizures?
Well, the thing is that she hasn't had any seizures since she was an infant.
So she's been poised. She's been on the Dilantin and she doesn't even have seizures?
No.
So what's up? They didn't think to take her off the Dilantin?
300 megs a day on the Dilantin, 90 megs of the phenobarb.
Well, maybe she doesn't need it anymore. Maybe she doesn't need it. Maybe she was reacting to something. Here's the thing. Anybody, and this is not just for you, my friend, but for everybody listening, the way you deal with seizures first and foremost, is with the ketogenic diet. Google it, ketogenic diet. It's a low-sugar diet, and it's been used for thousands of years, since the days of Hippocrates. And that's really what we're talking about, you guys. When we talk about nutrition, and we talk about food, and we talk about medicine, we're talking about the way health is supposed to be, and the way health has been throughout the eons, up until the last 150 years, when we got this crazy idea that we can drug and poison our body back to health. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. Thank you so much for listening. For Doc Wallach and for Doug Winfrey and for all the folks at the ZBS Radio Network, have yourselves a wonderful, awesome, spectacular day. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.
Hi everyone, Andy Anderson here. Are you using those handy little bottles of gel that zap germs, bacteria, and other nasties? In today's world, that's smart, especially with all the filthy doorknobs, shopping carts, and handrails we touch every day. Here's what you may not know. Once the alcohol evaporates, goodbye effectiveness. No more protection until you use it again. PureWorks to the rescue. Our FDA-compliant foam, lotion, soap, and spray do not rely on alcohol. Their killing power lasts up to 4 hours. PureWorks disinfecting spray is EPA certified to kill swine flu, bird flu, MRSA, HIV, hepatitis B and C, and a whole host of viruses and bacteria. Mold and fungus too. It's even safe around children and pets. You'll love the soft feel of PureWorks on your hand. It actually conditions and will not dry your skin. Here's a little peace of mind knowing your hands are still germ-free hours later. Get your hands on PureWorks and get PureWorks on your hands. Stand by. Pull out your paper and pencil for your local number to order PureWorks.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
Hi, this is Dr. Joel Wallach, your host of Dead Doctors Don't Lie. If you're interested in a colon cleanse, blood cleanse, liver cleanse, in the classical herbal way, you want to ask your Youngevity associate for Herbal Rainforest. Herbal Rainforest has 16 herbs, 16 cleansing herbs, classic cleansing herbs, and 77 plant minerals. That's right, and these are all organic. It doesn't get any better than that. In your busy day, and you're around all these toxins out there in your workplace, on the way home, going to work, in your food, in the air, in the water, you need Herbal Rainforest. I guarantee you, it will give you a cleanse. You can control the dose. It's a liquid. It tastes good. It doesn't get any better than this. A colon that's happy makes you happy. Nothing better than a happy colon. Herbal Rainforest. Clean it out.
For more information on this product or others you've heard about on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program, call your local Youngevity associate today. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Greetings, everyone. Judy DeVilbus here. What do you think of when you hear the words tangy tangerine? Well, I think of like a sweet, tangy tasting something. Well, what I'm referring to is the Ultimate Tangy Tangerine. It's a fantastic product. It has everything you need, and a great benefit is it's very, very delicious. It's very easy to drink. I've suggested it even to youngsters. Even children like it. Even little guys. Even little girls. They come right into my office. Their parents can't get them to take those chewables. And besides that, they're not as good as Tangy Tangerine. And I give them a little taste of that, and you know something? They're pleased as punch. So, if it's good for a child and it tastes delicious, why not you? There's no excuse not to take a vitamin when it tastes as good as that does. So how about it? Tangy Tangerine should be the answer to all of your nutritional program problems.
For more information or to order, call your Youngevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about Youngevity home-based business opportunities. Fish has been thought of as a brain food for eons, But it's not the fish that's key. It's actually the essential fatty acids, EFAs, or omega-3s found in fish, called essential because they're necessary for good health and your body can't make them. So they must be consumed through diet or supplementation. Youngevity has developed the perfect supplement in SmartFX, an acronym for Sustained Memory and Retrieval Time, a concentration of DHA and EPA, both members of the omega-3 family, supporting neural path function and cardiovascular health for optimal mental concentration, awareness, focus, and agility. If you've got a mentally demanding career, you're a student crunching for the big test, or just want to maintain health for a sense of well-being, try SmartFX from Youngevity. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
If you've been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, prediabetes, or the metabolic syndrome, and you're tired of seeing your blood glucose levels rise and fall like a ship on the ocean, but you don't want to take those drugs the rest of your life, Youngevity has an alternative. A product called Sweeties has been developed just for you. Used as part of your regular diet, Sweeties helps maintain healthy blood sugar levels, a formulation specially designed to nutritionally assist your body with the regulation of your blood sugar level. Sweeties supports healthy glucose metabolism because it's fortified with aspartic acid, chromium, and vanadium, all to help you promote healthy blood sugar levels. If you want to get off those drugs and control your blood sugar metabolism naturally, try Youngevity's Sweeties product. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463. You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
I am Judy DeVilbus. Here I am speaking to you again. I just wanted to tell you that recently I started drinking the Whey Shakes again, the chocolate Whey Shake. And you need to remember, the Whey Shake isn't just for losing weight. It's a fantastic place to get your great protein. And if you're trying to gain weight, you can take it along with your meals. And the best part is, if you want to just have a great protein shake, do like I do. Put it over ice, stir it up, and you can sip on it for 20 minutes to an hour. I do it every single day. I absolutely love it. You need to get back to it too. It's really good for you. And it makes not fat, but it makes muscle after you work out. And you can also mix it up in a blender with an egg, and you have the most incredible health protein shake. Or mix it with a little water, stir it up, and you have a little pudding. And who doesn't like pudding?
For more information or to order, call your Youngevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about Youngevity home-based business opportunities.